On the news tonight, Governor Sheriff Borewori bags double honors as Governor of the Year 2025. State government assures Public Complaints Commission of its support in addressing social injustices. National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons repatriates 23 Nigerian youths from Thailand. And abroad, United States House of Representatives votes to rescind tariffs imposed on Canadian goods. Good evening and welcome to Delta Television Main News tonight. My name is Francis Ofulwe. You can also follow our news online on Facebook and YouTube, both at deltabroadcastingservice.com or visit our website www.dbsasaba.com. And out of our stories, Delta State Governor Right Honorable Sheriff Borewori has received double honors as Governor of the Year 2025 from New Telegraph newspapers and leadership newspapers. The two national dailies said the awards were in recognition of his impactful governance, people-oriented policies and commitment to infrastructural and socio-economic development across the state. Leadership newspapers disclosed that the governor will be honored at its 18th Leadership Conference and Awards held today, February 12, 2026, at the Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Conference Center, Abuja. The conference themed Political Stability and Sustainable Development in Africa in an increasingly unstable global system, a roadmap for Nigeria will bring together key political leaders, policymakers, and business executive members. Similarly, New Telegraph newspapers will confer its Governor of the Year 2025 award on Governor Borewori at its award ceremony scheduled for Friday, February 13 at the Oriental Hotel, Victoria Island, Lagos. Still on the Governor Sheriff Borewori has described leadership as the foundation of human existence and societal progress, noting that advancement in government, organizations and churches remains impossible without purposeful leadership. The governor made the remark through the secretary to the state government, Dr. Kingsley Emu, at the National Apex Leadership and Prayer Summit of the Methodist Church, Nigeria, held at the Delta State Christian Center in Asaba. Governor Borewori explained that Christ and the book of Matthew, chapter 20, redefined leadership in contrast to the world's perception built on power, position, and prestige. He stressed that a true leader is rooted in sacrifice and selflessness, adding that leadership was about serving others in ways that empower them and bring glory to God, rather than exercising authority for personal ego or privileges. He reaffirmed his belief in servant leadership, citing the example of Jesus Christ washing the feet of his disciples as a method for leaders. The governor also urged the church to pray for the emergence of the right individuals into elective and appointive offices, and to continually intercede for those already in leadership. In a welcome address, the prelate of the Methodist Church Nigeria, Mr. Oliver Abba, said the summit was organized to seek divine direction in growing uncertainties and pressures. The state government has assured the Public Complaints Commission, PCC, of its support in addressing social injustice and maladministration across ministries, departments, and agencies. The Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Kingsley Emu, gave the assurance when he received the Federal Commissioner, Public Complaints Commission, Delta State Office, Honorable Matthew Udwanga, and management staff of the Commission during a visit in Asaba. Dr. Emu noted that the Commission was mandated to tackle issues of social injustice and urged it to remain guided by the principles upon which it was established in making governance more responsive and accountable. He pledged the readiness of the state government to collaborate with the Commission in investigating and resolving complaints brought before it. Earlier, the Federal Commissioner, Honorable Matthew Udwanga, said the visit was to strengthen the cordial working relationship between the Commission and the Office of the Secretary to the state government. He commended the state government for providing an enabling environment for the Commission to effectively discharge its statutory mandate in in the delivery of administrative justice. And now the Committee for the Verification of Political Appointees has rescheduled the screening of appointees from Thyrday East, Thyrday West, Ogbe, Sapele and Uvia local government areas. The adjustment follows the All Progressives Congress APC Ward Congress slated for Wednesday, February 18 and Thursday, February 19. In a statement signed by the Secretary of the Committee, Mr. Felix Iremi, the change was to enable the affected appointees participate in the APC Ward Congress without conflict. According to the new timetable, screening for appointees from Thyrday East and Thyrday West will now hold on Wednesday, March 4, while those from Ogbe, Sapele and Uye will be screened on Thursday, March 5. The committee noted that the earlier schedule, announced on 20th and 26th January by the Secretary to the State Government and the Verification Committee, remained unchanged for other cancelled and expressed regret if there any inconvenience caused. Vice President Kashim Shettima says the Connect Next Gen Innovation Hackathon will position Nigeria as a global supplier of digital solutions and create technology-driven jobs for young people. Senator Shettima, represented by his Deputy Chief of Staff, Mr. Ibrahim Hadieja, stated this at the launch of the initiative at the State House Conference Center, Abuja. He described the 4-month program as a key phase of the Memorandum of Understanding between the federal government and Eriscon, aimed at digitally upskilling Nigerian youths, policy makers, and public sector leaders in modern technologies. According to him, the initiative aligned with President Bola Tinubu's job creation agenda by harnessing Nigeria's youthful population for the digital economy through 5G, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and Internet of Things solution. The First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has donated 10,000 disposable sanitary pads to schoolgirls in the state under the program Flow with Confidence. The event held at the Dome Event Center, Asaba, is part of the Renewed Hope initiative aimed at promoting menstrual health and ensuring that no girl misses school due to sanitary materials. Florence Oyubodoro now reports.
The First Lady, represented by the wife of the state governor, Dickness Tobore Oborewori, said the initiative with a theme empowering schoolgirls through menstrual hygiene was designed to improve access to menstrual hygiene products and provide proper education for adolescent girls. She noted that 10,000 sanitary pads were being distributed in each of the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, adding that the gesture underscored the First Lady's commitment safeguarding the dignity and confidence of schoolgirls across the country.
Designed to empower our precious schoolgirls by promoting knowledge, dignity, and confidence through improved menstrual hygiene. This program has been launched in some states across the country, and today it is the turn of Delta State.
Governor Sheriff Oborewori, represented by the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Joseph Onojame, and the wife of the Deputy Governor, Ezene Catherine Onyeme, described the initiative as timely, saying it will boost the confidence of young girls, especially those in rural communities. They reaffirmed the state government's support for the program.
I commend the Renew Hope Initiative Foundation for their vision and commitment. Together, we are building a Delta State where our girls can thrive.
You are not only providing practical solutions, but also restoring confidence, hope, and pride.
Highlights of the events, which attracted dignitaries and students from the state 25 local government areas, was a presentation of sanitary pads to representatives of the various local government areas and selected students. Florence Oyubodoro reporting.
Officers of the Delta State Traffic Management Authority, DESMA, have been charged to uphold the ethics of their profession with utmost seriousness in discharge of their duties. The Director General of DESMA, Honorable Benjamin Okemute, gave the charge during the inauguration ceremony of the Provost Marshal and the Intelligence Unit at the authority's state office in Asaba. Henry Unogwa reports.
In my assignment.
Declaring the ceremony open, Dr. Kemute said the inauguration was designed to strengthen discipline, accountability, and operational efficiency within the agency. He explained that the provost and intelligence units were established to provide the legal backing needed for officers to perform their duties confidently and effectively. Dr. Kemute commended officers who showed dedication and professionalism and urged others to emulate them. He warned against any form of victimization within the system and stressed that officers entrusted with law enforcement responsibilities must themselves be disciplined and law-abiding.
If the Lord tells us someone will not come to work for 15 days, I want to collect salary. I am telling you again today that that system has to stop. To be modest in your operation, don't victimize anybody. Don't victimize anybody in your command. Don't say because this person is not my friend or is my enemy, and you want to punish him or her with your office. Decimal management will resist it. And the court of our investigation will find that you just there to punish any of them who will not forgive you.
Dr. Kemute emphasized that discipline must start from within and charge officers with enforcement responsibility not to be found wanting. He urged the newly inaugurated officers to remain committed and professional wherever they are posted. The Director of Operations of the Delta State Traffic Management Authority, DESMA, Mr. Francis Edema, reiterated the authority's code of operation and highlighted expectations such as proper dress code, politeness to members of the public, prompt response to official calls, punctuality, and zero tolerance for absenteeism. Mr. Edema warned that violation of the operational code could attract sanctions, including withdrawal of hazard allowance.
The code number 4 is lateness and what? Lateness and what? And that is what my DG spoke about. To take the bone on your head, that is where problem comes. Sir.
The ceremony featured the signing of the oath of allegiance by officers and the presentation of certificates to participants. Henry Onogwa reporting.
Reactions are still pouring in, following yesterday's final decision by Nigerian lawmakers on the contentious issue of real-time transmission of election results. The bone of contention centered on whether results from polling units should be electronically transmitted in real time to a central server, as many Nigerians and civil society groups have demanded, or whether the process should remain subject to existing legal, administrative procedures as determined by the National Assembly. Janice Emiazia tells us more.
Supporters of electronic transmission said it will strengthen transparency, reduce manipulation, and boost public confidence, while some legislators argued that unresolved technical, legal, and infrastructural challenges, especially in areas with poor network coverage, could create complications. The issue had sparked heated arguments within and outside the National Assembly, with protests recorded in some parts of the country and advocacy campaigns mounted by civil society groups. After extended plenary sessions, consultations with electoral officials and committee recommendations, the lawmakers voted and affirmed their position on the mode of transmitting election results in line with the amended provisions. The decision has continued to draw mixed reactions from Nigerians.
The issue is that we are not capable of handling that. Because the network system cannot even allow it to happen. That's the major thing. Because introducing into the system now may affect the election. Do you get me? So I believe they should keep on with that manual stuff.
Forget that. They know what they are doing. They will use right time to do right time to collect. We know what they are doing. Electronic transmission of result is good. But trust Nigerians. Trust them. That is why that capture bot is there. They will still find a way to do whatever they want to do before they even get there.
The last election, this was what actually happened. They claimed that they could not, the viewers have network problem, so they could not transmit results, and that was what led to many failures. The election, we didn't appreciate it because of that. So now, using excuse that if there is no network, then what happened? They will not be able to transmit the results. That's a lie. We have network providers. They can work with them. These people have devices that they can put in certain areas where they have network problem that will boost the network. So they should do these things before the time. We still have time to do that. So my take is that they should work on it. We will not accept any failure of transfer of the results. Nigerians will not accept it.
Meanwhile, security has been strengthened in areas where protests occurred, while stakeholders call for calm and constructive engagement. Eunice Emiazia reporting.
Reactions have continued to troll the uncertainties around the proposed ban on sachet alcohol and 200mm PET bottled alcoholic drinks. Report earlier suggested that the federal government had directed NAFDAC to suspend enforcement of the ban, but the regulatory agency has since denied receiving any such directive, describing the report as misleading and insisting that its regulatory actions remain guided by official communication. Eunice Emiazia went to the streets to feel the pulse of the people.
The proposed ban has sparked debate between public health advocates and small-scale distributors who fear job losses and economic strain. Citizens expressed mixed reactions.
It should be banned. They can go outside there 150, 200 naira, they buy, and they are drinking in addition to the one they have taken. So to sanitize the system, there are things that government should come up with, and they stand firm on it.
Now suspend the ban, they should stop saying it. They should stop saying it. Are they not drinking? Are they not drunkards? There are some SLS where they actually go to their bar, they collect everything to collect. Anything that belongs to the common man, the rich men, they want to wipe it off. What is their problem? What is their problem? They should mind their business. They should allow farmers to survive.
Unemployment is high, and is supporting many poor homes. Besides selling it, even all these securities, they should still see them sachets selling and all these things. They should not ban it.
They should not ban it at all. What of that thing that they've written in the cigarette, that smokers are liable to die young? But people are still smoking. You cannot just come up with something. It is only the food that will take it excess. But if we are matured enough, we have to control it. That is a business.
For now, NAFDAC said it has not received any formal order to halt enforcement and urges the public to rely only on verified official handles. Eunice Emiazia reported.
The Speaker of the State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Motimi Gubo, has commended Assembly correspondents for their accurate, balanced and timely reportage of legislative activities in the state. He gave the commendation when journalists covering the Assembly paid him a congratulatory visit in his office in Asaba, noting that their professionalism and prompt response to proceedings have kept Deltans well informed. Right Honorable Gubo emphasized that a vibrant and responsible media was vital to democratic governance as it bridges the gap between the legislature and the people. He urged the correspondents to sustain their diligence, objectivity, and commitment to duty in order to further strengthen public confidence in the legislative arm of government. Earlier, speaking on behalf of the correspondent, Mr. Austin Aganiga of the State Ministry of Information congratulated the Speaker on his emergence as chairman of the Conference of Speakers of State Legislatures in Nigeria. The journalists also commended the appointment of Mr. Nkemweke as Chief Press Secretary, noting that his role had eased the work pressure of Assembly correspondents. The Turkish Red Crescent has carried out a humanitarian intervention in Oku Amakom community in Oshimle South local government area to cushion the effects of the 2005 flood disaster. Henry Usiayu reports.
Speaking during the outreach, the manager and head of Middle East and Africa in the Turkish Red Crescent Society, Selçuk Öztürk, reaffirmed the organization's commitment to assisting vulnerable communities affected by natural disasters.
As a Red Cross and Red Crescent family, we are here together to show solidarity who affected the last time the floods in here. So in Turkey, when we saw the needs, as the Red Crescent, we took decision to help our national society here, Nigerian Red Cross, to supply and support this food and non-food item to the benefits, and the affected people in here in Assam.
Also speaking, the Director of Disaster Management at the Nigeria Red Cross headquarters, Dr. Benson Agro, and the Chairman of the Nigeria Red Cross Delta State Chapter, Mr. Adolphus Anuagasi, described the partnership as timely and impactful, noting that it reflected global Red Cross solidarity and would help restore hope and improve disaster preparedness.
We just say it's a partnership that works. We have been in contact with the Turkish Red Crescent for a while. They have also been supporting us whenever we had incidents. They can support us straight. They can also support us through the International Federation of the Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies when they appeal. For instance, when we have the heavy flood of different years, and most part of the country is usually flooded annually. And Turkish Red Cross, Red Crescent, and other partnering national societies are usually there to assist us when we are overwhelmed with lack of resources and capacity to move.
Today we are in Oko Amakom, presenting foodstuff and household equipment to the community of Oko Amakom based on the 2025 flood disaster that happened last year. Turkish Red Cross decided to come to their help, and of which the National Society and the branch were all here to assist. And at the same time, the branch has also added some few materials to what the Turkish Red Cross has presented.
The beneficiaries expressed appreciation for the support, saying it will help them rebuild their homes and sources of livelihood.
Very happy to receive this because last 2 years, my house was devastated by flood. I lost almost everything I have and started life afresh. So I'm very happy to have this.
For you people, as now give us rice, beans, can and pay. So God will continue to bless you people more and more in the name of Jesus.
Items distributed included food and household materials. Henry Usiayu reporting.
The National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, has rescued and repatriated 23 Nigerian youths suspected to be victims of human trafficking from Thailand. The agency said the operation was carried out in collaboration with Eden in Myanmar, with support from the British government and the Nigerian embassy in Bangkok, which facilitated the victims' return, including the issuance of emergency travel certificates. NAPTIP disclosed that the victims were deceived and trapped in Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia, where they were forced into cyber-enabled crimes such as romance scams, cryptocurrency fraud, and investment scams. Director General of NAPTIP, Mrs. Binta Bello, said traffickers specifically targets young Nigerians with computer and IT skills, especially those who do not smoke or drink, luring them with promises of scholarships and lucrative jobs abroad. She described development as disturbing new dimension of human trafficking and calls for stronger collaboration among stakeholders to dismantle the syndicate and bring the perpetrators to justice. The National Identity Management Commission, NIMSI, will on Monday, February 16, 2026, commenced a word-to-word national identity number registration exercise across the 5 local government areas of Delta State. The exercise, scheduled to run from February 16 through March 30, will hold daily from 8 in the morning to 5 in the evening, following a federal government directive to ensure all eligible residents are enrolled without delay. Director General of the Delta State Bureau for Orientation and Communications, Dr. Fred Latimore Genesiwe, disclosed this in a statement today, urging residents aged 0 and above who are yet to register to take advantage of the opportunity. He noted that the NIN is now mandatory for accessing banking and telecommunication services, government empowerment programs, processing travel documents, as well as other official and financial transactions. Registration centers will be located at designated town halls in every ward across the state, and the exercise is free of charge for all residents, including newborns, children, and adults. Still to come, United States House of Representatives votes to rescind tariffs imposed on Canadian goods. Stay with us. Watching Delta TV main news at 8, we go straight to the foreign scene where the United States House of Representatives has voted to rescind tariffs imposed by President Donald Trump on Canadian goods. In a 219 to 211 vote, 6 Republican lawmakers joined Democrats to support a resolution seeking to end the tariffs introduced last year. However, the vote is largely symbolic, as the measure still requires approval by the U.S. Senate and must be signed into law by President Trump, who is not expected to assent to it. While the vote was ongoing, President Trump warned on his Truth Social platform that any Republican who votes against the tariffs would face consequences at election time, insisting that the tariffs have strengthened America's economic and national security. In Asia, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has reportedly selected his daughter, Kim Jong-a, as his successor. South Korea's National Intelligence Agency disclosed this to lawmakers today. Ms. Kim Jong-a, about whom little is publicly known, has in recent months appeared alongside her father at several high-profile events, including a visit to Beijing in September, her first known trip abroad. According to the NIA, the assessment was based on a range of circumstances, particularly her increasingly prominent presence at official state functions. The development comes ahead of North Korea's Party Congress later this month, a major political gathering held every 5 years, where Pyongyang is expected to outline its priorities on foreign policy, war planning, and nuclear ambitions for the next 5 years. Back home and in business, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has announced that its joint venture partner, Seplat Energy PLC, will shut down its gas production facilities for 4 days for routine maintenance. The development expected to temporarily reduce gas supply to power generation companies and moderately impact electricity output nationwide. In a statement issued on Thursday by the Chief Corporate Communications Officer of NNPC Limited, Andy O'Day, entitled Notice of Scheduled Maintenance in Major Gas Plants and Facilities, the national oil firm said the maintenance would run from February 12 through February 15. Seplat Energy, a joint venture partner of NNPC Limited and a major supplier of gas to the NNPC Gas Infrastructure Company Limited pipeline network, is undertaking what the company described as routine and mandatory industry standard maintenance. According to NNPC, the maintenance will lead to a temporary reduction in gas supply into the NGIC pipeline network, which serves several thermal power plants and industrial customers across the country. Here's our thought for the day. The anointing for wealth does not rest on laziness. God blesses diligence. And now the news highlights. Delta State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oberewori, has received double honors as Governor of the Year 2025 from New Telegraph newspapers and Leadership newspapers. The two national dailies said the awards were a recognition of his impactful governance, people-oriented policies, and commitment to infrastructural and socio-economic development across the state. The state government has assured the Public Complaints Commission, PCC, of its support in addressing social injustice and maladministration across ministries, departments, and agencies. The Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Kingsley Emu, gave the assurance when he received the Federal Commissioner, Public Complaints Commission, Delta State Office, Honorable Matthew Donga, and management staff of the Commission during a visit in Asaba. We also reported that the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, has rescued and repatriated 23 young Nigerians suspected to be victims of human trafficking from Thailand. From the foreign scene, United States House of Representatives voted to rescind tariffs imposed on Canadian goods. Remember, you can follow our news online on Facebook and YouTube, both at Delta Broadcasting Service Asaba, or visit our website www.dbsasaba.com. That's the news. Thank you so much for being part of it. My name is Francis Ofulwe. Have a lovely evening. Good night.